Thompson, 828 Eagle Drive, Aurora. I'm on the Board of Education in West Aurora, and I don't know some of the new people, but I know some of the people that have previously elected, and I call you my friends. And I'm here for a reason. I'm missing my own board meeting because I have heard that you have misinformation, and I hope you know me well enough that I'm not going to tell you something that isn't true. I've heard that you are not getting proper communication from the union about what we want. And I want to make sure that I make that as clear as I can from what I've heard from everybody. Don't feel bad, the union isn't really communicating with us very well either. So we're having some problems. We love EA. We really do. I would tell you that straight up. I'm very proud to be here. I hope to end my career here, not anytime soon, by the way. But we deserve to have the pay of the prevailing districts. This is the area, that's what we're looking for, and the union can make the deal, but we're not going to vote for anything less, and we're the ones that have the votes. I know it's difficult to arrange the budget, and when you're talking about a pay raise, we're talking about, finances in perpetuity. But I know they've done some phenomenal things in West, and I'm sure anybody there would be happy, should you be so inclined, to help you out, Angie Smith. But I know it can be done. I'm concerned because we haven't had very much communication. I know that you can't talk about things while you're bargaining, but they're not seeing anything in the beacon. The only thing they had is when we turned down the first contract, they said it was because of curriculum, because we didn't have a curriculum. I'm like, curriculum? When I first started here 15 years ago, I taught self-contained, they handed me 5 student editions, and for computers they said, hey, good luck, here's a computer. And that was my curriculum. Now these kids are in their mid-20s. I've befriended some of them on Facebook, and they have done really well. And I'd like to think in some small part that I'm responsible for that. So we're talking about a group of very professional people that are really doing their best. Okay, we're doing a lot with what we have, and yeah, we'd like to have a curriculum, but I'm certainly not going to not vote for a contract because our curriculum isn't there yet. It takes some time to write and perfect and test curriculum. I don't think anybody is unaware of that. Did anybody not vote for the contract because of curriculum? Okay. Did anybody not vote for the contract because they didn't get equal pay to the prevailing districts? I'm talking to you respectfully.
Your time is up.
As your friend, and I hope I'm still your friend.
My name is Judy Durham, 1300 Grand Boulevard. I'm a proud resident here on the east side of Aurora. I'm also a proud graduate of East Aurora High School. Woo! I've been employed here at District 131 since March of 2003. I've worked at Gates Elementary School, Cowherd Middle School, as a learning disability resource assistant, a special education classroom assistant, a pupil personnel assistant, and also in the behavior intervention room. And currently, for the last 5 years, a special education job coach here at the high school. More importantly, I'm a member of this great community. Many of our support staff have a vested interest in the education of our students because we live here in the community with them. And we, more than anything, want to see our students be successful. We get to see our students and families outside of school, at church, at the grocery store, at the gas station. We see them everywhere. We often act as a bridge between school and home. Please don't believe the hype. Our teachers and our support staff are united. Many support staff have worked 10, 15, 20 plus years, only to have new staff come in They get hired making much more than many of us. I'm encouraged because I believe that our board, our administrators, our union leadership, and its members will agree on a contract that benefits all of us. Thank you.
I have the privilege of delivering this letter from Sin Citro from Cowherd Middle School. My name is Loretta Holt. She can't be here tonight because she's working a second job. So I'm reading. Good evening, school board. Loretta Holt has agreed to present some of the concerns of special education teaching assistants at Cowherd Middle School in my absence. My name is Sin Citro, and I am unable to be with you this evening due to the necessity of additional employment for income to support my family. In the event that you're not aware, many support staff are single mothers working 2, 3, or 4 jobs to support their families, along with being dedicated to the students of District 131. During my past 14 years in District 131, teaching assistant roles have evolved. Today's roles include classroom and behavioral management as directed by the teacher and the district, along with the ability to reteach lessons to the students needing more clarification or understanding. Class size increasing, and we are noticing more students who need additional assistance, and they don't even have IEPs. TA's responsibility has increased to accommodate those students along with the students who have IEPs. With this in mind, assistants are now co-teaching and/or tutoring small groups of students. During assessments and testing, TAs are taking students to another location to accommodate needs stated in their IEPs. We are as invested in the success of our students as are the teachers. However, it is perceived that the school board views our position as sharpening pencils and grading papers and making copies. TAs wear many different hats with our students. We have opportunities to build a trust with students that teachers don't. A teacher has the responsibility of teaching at least 30 students, whereas a TA has a much smaller audience. Students have shared personal struggles with us, and in turn, we have passed on the information so that they can get intervention or support. We may not have a certificate to be considered certified staff, but we are as instrumental in student education as the certified staff. Many of us would be certified if we were entitled to tuition reimbursement. In all the years I've been a part of this district, support staff have not been offered tuition reimbursement until this proposed contract. And although I'm not alone in this struggle, I have over $40,000 outstanding in student loans. 6 years ago, I went back to school through a cohort offered by the district, but I am unable to complete my degree due to my inability to take off time for student teaching. However, to my dismay, I brought my associate degree to the district office and was told that my degree did not warrant an increase in salary. I was told there was nothing in our contract that would allow the district to award an increase in salary unless, is that my time?
Yes.
The next person was going to yield their time to me?
We do not yield the time, so you can just finish your sentence.
This woman makes $21,000. She's going to make $10.62 more each payroll. She's going to be increasing her medical benefits by increasing it by $21. The district is going to be paying $7.09. She just wants to know on behalf of the support staff why. It's our understanding that there's been mismanagement of finances at the district level, and we just wonder why the support staff, office staff, and certified staff are expected to ease the district's burden. Did I mention that her gross income is $21,800, and it's going to go up to a big $22,457. She's going to be real good.
Hello, my name is Gabby Martinez, 1596 Southampton Drive in Aurora. I was born and raised in Aurora. I went to O'Donnell, Simmons, and eventually graduated from East Aurora High School, class of 2002. I seek employment at District 131 because I believe in our students, our schools, and our community. I have walked a mile in many shoes as a support staff member. I started in 2009 as a teacher assistant. 3 years ago, I took the position of clerical assistant, and now I'm a parent liaison at the Fred Rogers Magnet Academy. As a parent liaison, I had no idea what to expect. Today, I can tell you that I've served as a counselor to many families. I've been their shoulder to cry on when they become victims of domestic violence, through job loss, death, divorce, and many other hardships. All of these circumstances directly affect our students and their education. It's hard to do well in school when your home isn't stable and you don't know when your next meal will be. It has become our job to support these families, to give them hope, and I've had the privilege to provide families with resources to furnish their homes, food, school supplies, clothes, shoes, Christmas presents. I've held mothers' hands as they take a stand through domestic violence. I've held the hands of parents at their child's hospital bed after their child has been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I have become a mentor to many students. I set up workshops monthly to help parents keep up with our changing society, to give them an opportunity to not lose communication with their children. In a day's work, I wipe tears, provide resources, and hand out many hugs, build relationships, and think of ways to improve our community on top of helping teachers where I'm able to. I am a single mother of 2. I make $24,738. I am now having to pick up insurance for my children and my family. So on average, a support staff member's paycheck will be about $550 after insurance is taken out. That's $1,100 a month. I have been in the district for 6 years. I have never had less than an excellent review, and anyone that I work with can attest to the fact that I put my heart into every single thing that I do. We need to become, I think, better at compensating our staff for what we do. In the 6 years, my check has increased for $78, and by now, my check is going to decrease by $150. It's kind of discouraging to see that there's a cap to our pay or a chart that'll limit how much we could make. I've never put a cap on my work. I love our students and I love our community. It's discouraging to hear that new staff members are starting off at higher salaries than those with years of experience and bonds with families. I don't want more than what should be given to us. I want equal pay, I want equal rights and equal freebies across the board. I would like for my pay to reflect my work. Thank you.
Hello. There we go. Sorry. All right. Good evening. My name is Joseph Milinovich, and I live at 184 Sherman Avenue, Montgomery, Illinois. This is my 10th year teaching in this school district. During this time, I have seen administrators receive bonuses. Who knew that? Have their insurance paid, up until 2 years ago it stopped. Have their retirement paid for, and receive raises where their percentages were better than my own. During the last school board meeting, teachers and support staff were told we don't have the tax base to compensate you better. We're on your side, we care, and so forth. I'm going to list 3 salaries for a position, and I want you to guess which one is from District 131. You should know the answers since you approved these salaries. Superintendent, $250,000, $215,000, $201,692. East Aurora was second. Director of ELL, ours is bilingual, $104,181, $123,000, $98,000. East Aurora won. Director of Student Services, $123,000, $114,937, $114,096. East Aurora won. Head of Finance, $145,000, $102,000, $112,000. East Aurora won. By the way, the 3 schools are West Aurora, East Aurora, and Oswego. The average salary for an administrator, East Aurora, $97,324. Oswego, $76,000. Plainfield, $93,647. West Aurora, $95,161. Naperville, $101,256. I would love to compare more salaries, but our administration job titles do not meet up with other school districts. But from everything I have looked at, which is public knowledge, District 131 pays their administration very well, and in most jobs, better. Thank you.
I'm not as tall as he is. I'm Megan Rodriguez, and I live at 811 Charles Street here in Aurora. And I stand before you today to continue the open dialogue regarding the district's insurance policy. Before becoming a teacher, I worked in the corporate world for over a decade with several different companies after completing my bachelor's degree. I want to let you know that as an employer, you are nearly a decade behind in asking your staff to make healthier lifestyle choices to lower insurance premiums. And frankly, I'm disappointed that this approach was not taken for the 2016 insurance year. In every company that my husband or I have worked in our post-college lives, we have been asked to continually be healthier or pay a price. From health screenings to non-smoking swabs done in a lab to requiring gym memberships, we have continually been asked to be healthier. But instead of asking us to make healthier choices as a staff, you have chosen to punish couples for simply wanting to be covered. A couple that perhaps have been unable to have children are being unfairly punished, or a couple whose children have aged out of the family health care plan are being punished, and not those who are actually responsible for increasing our premiums and making poor health choices. As my previous employers have asked us to participate in health screening questionnaires as a way to reduce a reduction of our premiums, they have asked us to do our preventative maintenance because, as we all know, the sooner something is detected, the better the outcome. They have asked us to make healthier lifestyle choices because if we are healthier as employees, our total district claims will go down. But what you are asking of us is to choose between feeding ourselves, paying our bills, and going to the doctor, and that is simply wrong. If we are healthier as a staff, we will be able to manage stress better and in turn be more effective educators and staff members for our students. Although decisions seem to have already been made regarding the upcoming year to the detriment of your employees, I urge you for the next year, ask your employees to make healthier choices instead of penalizing us for being married. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kristen Kelly. I live at 301 Crestwood Drive, North Chicago. This is my 7th year as a special education teacher at the high school. It is very apparent that all staff and faculty are dedicated and want to see positive change within our district. And I agree with all that has previously been stated regarding our fair contract. But today, I'm here to focus on the group of students that can at times be our forgotten students of our schools, those with special needs. There are always improvements to be made, and we are asking for an opportunity to be heard regarding the following concerns. Support staff in our department are not to be forgotten. Our teaching assistants are essential to the learning process and want to see our kids progress. We are over legal limits for students in some of our classes, and these TAs are vital for effectively reaching each student. Without TAs, I would not be able to meet the needs of my students. A fair contract and competitive wages would encourage competent and sought-after teaching assistants. Another concern is the ever-changing curriculum. We now have modified instructional classes for all core classes. However, in most of these classes, we are given material at a level that exceeds their abilities. We have English classes called language that were intended for elementary and early middle school, but have been implemented at the high school level, a curriculum that is not preparing them for high school level expectations. Our students are not receiving instructional materials at their learning ability. Not all instructional classes that reflect gen ed curriculum have textbooks available that are written at a modified level. In order to plan this modified curriculum and data, instead of working with instructional teachers, we are to report to gen ed PLCs and to work on their curriculum. Although it's helpful, and our curriculum does mirror theirs, PLC time does not allow for me to collaborate with my instructional teachers. When do our students come first? The number one concern my division noted is case management time. I am not only expected to be a teacher, modify curriculum, grade, examine SLO data, and address student needs, but I also need the opportunity to meet individually with my caseload. I am doing my students a disservice if I am not able to address their academic goals due to the lack of hours in a day in which I am provided time to support their needs. If we are just given one day off a week from our assigned duty, this would do wonders to student success. Because in the end, this is why every support staff and teacher you see before you is here to come to work. It's for our students. Please take these concerns into consideration for future improvements.
Shape Up, 830 East Benton. I'd just like to say anyone that steps into a District 131 building is a special person, because anytime you step into those buildings, you have to be prepared for anything with our kids. Your worst day at any building could be one student's best day, and you have to know that. I grew up here on the east side, so I know exactly what the students here in this community face and what they're up against. And being a teacher assistant for the past 8 years, I know exactly what teacher assistants go through as well. And I can tell you right now, what I do in a day cannot be bottled in my job description or bubbled under other assigned duties. I don't want to nitpick and argue who does more here in this district, because honestly, we need all hands on every day for us to properly function for the kids. But I can tell you right now, my $19,956 I get every year is clearly not enough. I know when we're talking about the proper success of our students, you can't put a dollar amount on it, but proper compensation, a little gratitude and appreciation will go a long way with us. Thank you.
Good evening, you all. That was quick. Hello. Hi, my name is Mary Taylor. I live at 744 High Street here in Aurora. I've been a resident of Aurora for 33 years and have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm a grandparent, a great grandmother, but first of all, I am a parent. I've also worked within the district off and on for the last 20 years. For the last 8, I have been a PPA, otherwise known as a Dean's Assistant, here at the high school. In those 8 years, my responsibilities have increased dramatically. Our enrollment has increased by over 1,000. There are 12 of us as PPAs, taking care of nearly 4,000 students. Yes, we assist the deans by escorting students here and there, but we do so much more. We are charged with protecting these kids. We deal with verbal abuse from disrespectful students, break up fights, and are the first line of defense when people threaten our building and our children. Last year's situation with the man arrested for bringing a gun into the building is a perfect example of this. Yet, despite these efforts, we get, surprisingly, little respect from staff and administrators. The buildings in the district could not function without the support of Dean's Assistants, teachers' aides, and office personnel, but we feel overlooked and dismissed. Fast food workers all over the country are fighting to increase their minimum wage by $15. My salary is $15.61 an hour, up from $13 8 years ago. We do not receive overtime when we work additional shifts at sporting events. We do not have a clear salary schedule the way that certified staff do. Although I was informed by letter that that's how much I make, that amount is nowhere on our salary schedule. We have an incredibly confusing system that virtually no one understands. And although there is a maximum salary listed, to my knowledge, no one is anywhere close to reaching it. I would not be able to retire anytime soon. If it wasn't for my students, the position would not be worth my time. I love these kids, and I want to continue working in the district. But I feel that PPAs and other support staff deserve the same respect as everybody else. We are all here for the same purpose, to help these children.